Hello. All right. This is take three. Uh, Kept getting disconnected there. So playing against Grishoalbreach. I mulligan this hand because I'm not confident in drawing the land that I need to make this work. I mean, it's decent, but man, if I don't draw a land, then I'm pretty pooped out. And I'm not confident I'll be able to drop my hand fast enough. If I can't drop this, then Infernal Tutor does nothing for me. So I figure it's worth a shot doing a mulligan. So here, I mulligan and I get an Inquisition, and I do have two lands. So I'm like, okay, it's a bit better. An Inquisition will buy me time, and then Surgical could help me out, especially if I Inquisition. If I'm playing against a combo deck, Surgical will help me out a lot, and give me a good idea as to what I need to Inquisition. And then I scry. I can't remember what I scried though. So yeah, I scried to the bottom. I think it was a land that I scried. So opponent plays Temple of Malice, and that lets me know immediately what they're playing. And I know it's Grishoalbreach. So I name Grishoalbreach with Pithing Needle. The reason I do that before I Inquisition is I'm afraid that my opponent could have the turn 2 combo win. So, this way I can stop that. Yeah, Knight's Whisper, and now I know for sure what they're playing. So my opponent has Ritual and Spirit Guide. So what I really need to worry about here is if they draw Through the Breach and a threat. So I Inquisition, and I should have grabbed Ritual, but I don't. I grabbed Vengeance, which is dumb because I have two Surgicals here. So yeah, I should have grabbed the Ritual in hindsight. Opponent even says it too. Yeah. Yeah, there's a Through the Breach. So Ritual, and yeah, they're trying to dig into a threat. And they also try to play an additional land here, and I have to call them out on it. Like, no, you already played a land for your turn, so they take it back. All right, yeah, a whole lot of stuff going on there. And so yeah, I had the option here. Well, you know what? I should do this too. I had the option here to Surgical the Faithless Lootings. That way they don't dig into stuff. But yeah, this is where I was thinking about doing the Surgical on looting, but I decided not to. Because I figure, I didn't realize they had Through the Breach. I thought it was all in on Goryo's Vengeance. So, yeah. Then I see the Through the Breach, I'm like, oh, well, okay. But at this point I have Bridge, so I'm safe. So now the biggest thing I gotta worry about is if they somehow get Borborygmos Enraged in play and then discard a ton of lands. So I was considering there doing Surgical on the non-basics to kill that idea. Yeah, nothing to discard with Brutality, and now I know they have a Worldspine Worm. I do need to Surgical that, so I decide to wait. So there's a Bobo. Yeah, this Shredder. So now I'm just trying to mill my opponent out. Again, looting. And I think here in a second I mill a Worldspine Worm. Lantern! Yeah, I know it's safe to let them draw the shoal. So now I have the lock. I mean, game's over here. There's a Worldspine Worm. So I go ahead and I mill it now, and then I Surgical with the trigger on the stack. And that's it. So we go to game 2. Game 2 is a little bit longer because my opponent wanted to play it out. It was interesting though. Yeah, keep this one. I have 2 brutality, which is great, and a bridge. So with the brutality, I should be able to slow him down, and bridge, I should be able to, and needle, I should be able to stop the combo. And I have 2 lands, and I'm pretty close to getting the opal online. So I go for it. Now here's where opponent has Emrakul in hand, so through the breach is a threat. Oh yeah, opponent messes up and puts Emrakul in the graveyard and doesn't realize it shuffles everything back. I let him take it back though, because I want to play as if they're playing perfectly. Oh yeah, they took Emrakul back, but it doesn't show me when they do it. So here I thought seize, and this time I grab the desperate ritual, so that I don't have to worry about it through the breach coming and killing me before I can set up bridge. Yeah, Shatterstorm, which super happy I brought in the collective brutality. I want to say I took out um, Inquisitions for the Thoughtseize, by the way, my sideboard plan. I sided in 3 Thoughtseize, if I'm not mistaken, and 3 Welding Jar. I want to say I took out 2 Decay and some Bells. So yeah, here I discard the Shatterstorm. Yep. So it's interesting here. Oh yeah, my opponent discards Lab Maniac, and they decide to take it back, which I'm cool with. Again, I want to like act as if my opponent is playing perfectly every time. So Lab Maniac presents a new dilemma where even if I get rid of Emrakul, I have to worry about them not doing through the breach with Lab Maniac with their draw on the stack, or with their draw phase during their upkeep if I milled them out. So I realized then that I need to get rid of their through the breaches. So go ahead and needle Grishoalbreach, stop Grafdigger's Cage just in case. I still have to worry about bridge, but really I'm just trying to set up my bridge next turn. So go to brutality. Yeah. So it could have been bad if they'd drawn like a Faithless Looting. They probably could have killed me with that Emrakul if I didn't have Grafdiggers. But my only option is the Vengeance anyway, so I go for it. Yep, play out the bridge, and in hindsight I should have kept that Ghost Quarter up, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Excuse me. So here we just go into top. I go into top deck modes, and I'm just waiting to top deck something relevant while my opponent's trying to dig into something relevant. But for the most part, I have the lock. Oh, you know what? I should display this. Sorry. Here we go. All right. For my graveyard, for Noctis Revival, I don't really have anything to revival yet, so I just hold on to it for a bit. That way, if they do somehow destroy something, I can Ruins and Revival. Yeah, go ahead. I take out the Shatterstorm with Surgical. I figured they might have sided more than one, and it gives me a good look at their deck to give me a good idea of what I need to start watching out for. Whew. Yeah, they had 2 basics, so my Ghost Quarters, that's not going to cut them off of mana. And and it gives me a good idea of what they got in the deck, so I know I need to watch out for another Vandal Blast. And I know that really I just need to start setting up Welding Jars to stop the Vandal Blast, or get the combo. Either or. Yep. Opponent goes for all of that, trying to set something up. Welding Jar. So things are looking good now. because now I can save something and then ruin something back. And then just keep ruins back and over. So now even Vandal Blast isn't going to help. Another Willing Jar cements it even more. So it's looking pretty bad for the opponent here. I'm drawing dead opals here, unfortunately. Surgical, but I can just hold on to that. I actually wanted to get through the breach with Surgical. That way my opponent can't through the breach that Lab Maniac. And so yeah, I Surgical through the breach. So now the only way my opponent's going to be able to do Lab Maniac is with Manamorphose. So I'm relatively safe. Yeah. Manamorphose is in the graveyard, so that means they are forced to... I mean, the game's over. The only way they can try to survive is to shuffle Manamorphose back into the library using Emrakul. And so they do that in response to my Surgical. They threw the Breach Emrakul, that way they can shuffle everything back. And then I get rid of through the breaches. So now they're relying on that Manamorphose. Ooh. Now, I do want to finish this game in relatively short order. Top cards. So I do need to get rid of Worldspine Worm and Emrakul here. It's just, so there's another Surgical, but I just hold on to it so I can get rid of Worldspine Worm or Emrakul. Yeah, there's a Vandal Blast on top, but fortunately there's a Pixis in my hand, or in the top of my library. If there was not, then I probably would have Surgicaled or Noxious Revivaled a card to the top of their library until I can to shuffle it away or to delay them drawing it or whatever. But now that there's Pixis, I'm good. You know, it's safe. I can now Vandal Blast and Shatterstorm are gone. Yeah, let's move this over a little bit. Alright, so I go to Stirrings. Oh yeah, opponent thought it was going to take a long time, but I explained that I got Surgical and Noxious in hand, and I have the lock. I'll just use Pixis to get rid of Emrakul, and everything else pretty much doesn't matter. I can kill Lab Maniac anytime I want by getting back a Collective Brutality. And I'm going to Surgical the Worm. So, yeah, opponent thought that the protection from colored spells would stop Surgical from working on Emrakul, but I explained that it does not. Yeah. So here, opponent, the clock is good. I want to stop my opponent from drawing multiple cards a turn because I don't want them to draw the Emrakul. If their top card, if their top card's Emrakul, I'm safe. But if the second or third card is Emrakul, I'm in some trouble. So I have to make sure they don't draw Cathartic Reunions or anything like that as well. Anything that'll draw multiple cards. So go for Brutality. You know, there's really only one relevant thing to get here. Yeah, opponent still thinks it's going to take too long. But I explained that it's going to take 10 turns max because they're going to draw a card, and I have 2 mill rocks. So 33 divided by 3 cards per turn, that's 11 turns, minus the Surgical, plus if I Noxious Revival, another Surgical. I mill into more mill rocks. So they have 10 turns max. And I'm explaining exactly what I'm going to do. But the opponent decides, they don't really believe me, I guess, so they decide to play it out. I'm like, okay. So here I take the opportunity, do Thoughtseize, grab Worldspine Worm, Surgical Worldspine Worm. So now that's out of the way. So all I got to worry about now is Emrakul and Lab Maniac. I do have to get rid of the Knight's Whisper, you know, because if the second card is Emrakul, I'm in trouble. I don't use Pixis here because I want to draw this. So go grab another bell, and now I can get rid of the Night's Whisper. Yep. Temple Malice, and just plowing through their library. Here I know that there's a Codex Shredder underneath Pixis, so I sack the Pixis, get the Shredder, then I use Ruins to get Pixis back, so that puts me up to 4 mill rocks plus 1 draw, so 24 divided by 5, that gives them 5 turns max. Pixis back, yeah. Yep. Get rid of that. We're good. Grishoalbreach doesn't matter. I do have to get rid of Cathartic Reunion. And I am milling like crazy here. So here there's a Faithless Looting on top, so I'm forced to use Pixis on that. So I Pixis first, because the Collective Brutality doesn't matter for me. And now I can use Stirrings to grab a Shredder. So it's going real quick now. Now I let my opponent draw the Manamorphose, because the reason why is, again, I know what my opponent's deck is. I know they have Cathartic Reunions. They already went through 2. That means, and they also have, let's see, 1 there. So that means they have another in their library. They have 2 Faithless Lootings, and wait, no, I exiled 1 as well. In here, yeah, 1. So that's 3. They have another Faithless Looting, and they have 2 more Night's Whispers. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that I have to worry about. There's a Night's Whisper on top, so I need to get rid of that. 4 cards. Now I have 4 mill rocks, so there was a slight chance that it could be stacked in such a way where I could get screwed on there. So rather than risking that, I figure it's safe to let them draw Manamorphose. The thing is, Manamorphose will allow my opponent to play Lab Maniac, but that's okay, because I have Collective Brutality in the graveyard. I can just sack a Shredder, get Brutality, use Ruins, get Shredder back, kill Maniac with Brutality, and lock is still set. Opponent doesn't realize this though, and claim they say that I made a mistake. But now, so opponent goes to play Manamorphose and draw the Whisper. I have to mill it, and then there's a Whisper on top of that too, or underneath that too. So I mill that, and then that draws him into a dead Grishoalbreach. Opponent goes to play Lab Maniac, and I explain like exactly what I'm going to do to kill the Lab Maniac. Yeah. Let me kill it on my turn with the Brutality, and then I sack my Shredder, get back Brutality, and my opponent concedes. Yep. All right. So Grishoalbreach, relatively easy matchup.